Welcome back, everyone, to Uncanceled Culture, and it's going to get hot and heavy today, ladies and gentlemen, because
we've been hijacked.
We have been. Some dude just walked in. I have no idea who he was because it's been a while since I saw him. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Name drop Roger to the show. Yes. He's back. He's made his. When was the last time you made that appearance?
June, I think.
Of last year.
Last June. Yep.
Wow.
No, you did the phone call.
Oh,
yeah.
He did one.
But he was. Yeah, this is the first time live since June.
Yeah.
But he did a call.
Equipment.
Yeah, we didn't have this nice little, jiggamajigger.
Yeah.
Which actually Bobby put in, and
we still haven't got him on. We still haven't got him on the show, man.
Fresh off the boat from New York. I enjoy my legal weed and my free online porn.
Don't talk about.
Oftentimes at the same time.
So you didn't take the boat route that Baltimore
Hey.
Oh no, I avoided Baltimore.
Well, just since we brought it up, have you heard that 21 people are still on the boat?
No way. Alive?
Yes.
No way.
So not only are they still on the boat, they've confiscated their phones.
Oh.
And so that way they can't have any communication with anybody out here.
What are we talking about?
What?
The Baltimore, the boat hitting the bridge.
Boat that hit the bridge?
Yeah.
Since the accident, they've been on the boat for like a month.
Yes, there's 21 people that had still been on the boat.
Why?
As of today, they were going to refloat it, I guess, and try to get it and move it. But there was 21 people still on the boat, man.
Wasn't that like
a month ago?
Why are they still on the boat?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it has to do with...
Are they crew? Like crew members?
No, yeah, they're crew members. It has to do with either... immigration, or the cover up, because everybody has already mentioned, of course, the speculations, all the theories, right? That there's that how is it that right away, all this stuff that happened in Hawaii, and the government and the insurance companies are taking forever to want to pay out, but yet not even a month, and Biden already said he was going to pay it out, and even the insurance company said they were going to pay it out like right away. So there's a lot going on. But yeah, 21 people as of yesterday were still on the boat.
That's my president.
Did they just leak this information? Like nobody knew people were still on the boat?
I mean, TikTok came out.
Y'all still getting your news from TikTok,
hey,
man?
The source of all
When it comes
sources.
to TikTok, dude, it's all
Can't believe
legit.
everything.
It's legit, man.
I told y'all I can't watch all the TikToks y'all send. Like I have to solve. It makes me solve a puzzle before I can watch the video.
I know why, because you're in New York. That's why.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but that's weird, though. That's only happened to me one time where I've had to do that. Other
Me
than
too.
that, I've never had to do
Me
it
too,
again.
one time.
I'm not on TikTok, so instead of taking me to the app, it makes me solve.
Yeah,
like,
it goes
some
on
puzzle.
the
Yeah, and
on the web.
oftentimes the clips are so short that by the time I solve the puzzle, it was all for nothing.
You can rewatch the video, right?
It's
No, I have to solve
little
the puzzle
thing it
every
says
single
watch
time.
again.
Really?
I have to refresh
Well,
the
like,
screen.
you know how when the video finishes, it restarts.
No.
No, it
Now,
goes on
when
to
you
the next
when
ass
it,
video.
see, that's the
Algorithms.
thing, because I've seen both. So it'll take you directly to the app, and yes, when you go into the app, it'll repeat. But if you go to the web version of the of whatever TikTok it is, it will not repeat. It'll come up and it'll say watch again or something like that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so you got to press the button.
Since I'm not on the app, I have to refresh the screen and then solve that puzzle again. I mean, it takes like 5 seconds sometimes. But
Well, we're not.
Depending on how smart you are.
I was just gonna say. Well, I'm not that
really
smart.
hard.
What if you're not that smart?
Yeah,
Well, welcome, Raj. Welcome back. It's good to have. I mean, well, unfortunately, considering the terms, but
yeah,
good to have you back, man. And
Thanks,
we'll
guys.
we'll talk about
Sounds
that.
good to be home.
We'll do a little.
Can't watch porn though. So.
Yeah, I bet you were pissed off when that one came. You're like Pornhub.
Well, you
It's
can.
like,
You just can't go
sorry.
to Pornhub.
Oh, it's just Pornhub.
Well, the
No,
other
it's-
ones
From
too.
what I heard.
Yeah.
No, it's all the porn sites, dude. It's all of them. Fucking bastards.
Is it really? It's every single porn
It's
site?
every single.
No,
I don't know. I heard.
Oh,
It's
you
every
heard.
single
Heard.
porn site.
Say,
I've tried them all.
Shamster.
I mean, I've heard that. I've tried them all.
I've heard they're all porn sites.
Shamster? Does that one still work?
That's
I
Porky-
have
that's-
no idea.
That's Porky's governor.
Oh yeah, you fucking Hot Wheels. Fucking hate that bastard. I hate that dude. Dude, The other. And that's
Yes,
another.
we go there,
That's
too.
another point. That's
We go
another
there,
thing
too,
that
man.
the school districts and this motherfucker blaming the school district that they don't know how to handle their money. Motherfucker, you're the state. Like, help these kids. Like, they need help.
Help me.
Help you.
You don't want to help. So anyway, again, Roger, good to have you here, man.
It's always good.
So in the news, let me throw this one out here. And the reason I we were chatting before we started recording, and I said, I'm going to throw this out to the Louis because I had a scenario, and I'm sure he's played this out before, maybe in all the questions that have come out about the certain kicker from
Ray Finkel?
yeah, Ray Finkel with the laces out.
Kansas City from Rogers Town.
Roger's neck of the woods. Inside joke.
Oh, what in the wide world of sports is going on here? Okay. But what's his name? Buttlicker?
Buttlicker.
What's his first name? Harry
Buttlicker.
That's what I said. Buttlicker.
Yeah.
Harrison.
Harrison Butler.
Harry Harrison.
Same.
Harry.
So this guy and Cranky pointed it out. It was a Christian school.
Yep.
With Christian values, and it's only fitting, I guess, that they get this guy to talk, right? So he's doing the commencement speech, and I'm sure if you haven't heard, I'm sure you've heard about it. Anyway, so this is why I wanted to direct it at Louis, because let's play it out here. I'm gonna stretch it out. You guys are gonna get bored, but listen, just hear me out here. So Louis, his granddaughter, right? Just turned one.
Just
turned one, right?
Yep.
All right, so let's push forward a little bit into the future. Senior year of high school, graduating, picks her college she wants to go to, right? Grandpa, this is where I'm going, right? Whatever college it is. And Louis, that's good, mija. Oh, that, perfect. So she goes to the college. So we push 4 years, hopefully 4 years.
Hopefully.
4 years into the future, she's gonna graduate. Her commencement date, she's got her cap, she's got her gown, she did a little thing on the top, thank you and all that. And there's Louis sitting up there, little sparkle in his eye, his little girl, baby girl, graduating from college, right? And then some dude does a commencement speech, right?
That we've never heard of.
No kicker, some kicker dude from Kansas City, or whoever it is, comes up and starts chatting away and starts blubbering 20 minutes of why he hates, basically why he, gays are sinners, and, talks about the president, which, okay, like in this scenario, maybe it doesn't fit. But then he starts talking about the women and how, they look forward to just getting married and having kids, and that's all they're going to worry about because they're going to be good little housewives, and fuck all 4 years that they just spent lots of money, all this, 4 years.
Crank's
right?
already ready.
I know, and I'm waiting. So 4 years to get to this point, and this dude comes out and starts talking about, well, you should be good housewives and just stay in the home and, forget about whatever career that you were trying to do. Change the world, make money, fuck that. Fuck it, you don't need it. Just stay home and be a good housewife. What goes through the Louis' head at that point?
Honestly, man, it's already a conversation that you need to be having with your kids prior, right? Where you're preparing them for the world, you're preparing them for life, and you're preparing them for jackasses as well. Okay? So what you do is you instill in your kids, doesn't matter what this person says or that person says or this commencement person says or this president says, it doesn't matter. What your beliefs and your morals are, that's what you're gonna stick to. Okay? Now, we're talking about the situation, and like you said, Cranky, he brought up a good point. It's
that situation.
It's
right. Christian school.
A Christian guy, right?
Values.
Allegedly, right? Allegedly, right? Talking to at a Christian school to Christian people, right? Allegedly. Now, at the end of his speech,
I like that.
at the end of his speech, do you hear everybody get up and give him a standing ovation?
Mm-hmm.
They all gave him a standing ovation. Now, here's the thing. He spoke to the audience that he was intended to speak to. He was intending to speak to them. Now, it got leaked, and everybody else heard it, and everybody else got offended, and everybody else has an issue with it. But his speech was directed to the people that he was talking to. Wow. And they took it. It was well received. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't see, again, could he get away with that speech at another college? I doubt it.
No way.
But where he was at, he was speaking. So I'm going to tell you like this. It's as if you go to a church. Let's say you go to a church. And I've had a buddy that went to a church that I had gone to, right? And the pastor is literally giving a sermon and talking about how God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Right? That's basically what that's the way his sermon was going. And he's talking about how I'm not going to judge you and God still loves you, but this is what the Bible says, right? Yeah. Again, if there's somebody in there that's offended, they can get up and walk away. Right. So I don't see what the difference is. If he's directing it to the people that he's intended to hear this message, I didn't see a problem with it. Now, again, like I said, if he said it somewhere else, it might have not gone well. Would I have agreed with what he was saying? Hey, he's entitled to his opinion. I'm sorry, but if he's entitled to his opinion, if the people that are getting offended are entitled to their opinion, then he should be entitled to his opinion, and whatever he says is what he felt, and he shouldn't get backlash over it.
When it gets posted on TikTok and people will listen to that, they're gonna hear it. They're gonna hear how they want to hear it.
Exactly.
Right.
You know.
Right. Well, yeah, because if you have a set of values already.
Yeah. Now,
you're
what would I tell my
receive
granddaughter? Hey, if you want to pursue a career for what the degree that you got, then you go ahead. If you want to get married and have kids and just be a housewife, you go ahead. Whatever you are going to feel successful in, that's it. But it's the conversation, the parents with the children, doesn't matter what anybody else had to say.
All right, it's time for some contradiction here. I actually agree with everything Louis said. It was very well said, dude. But
Who is this guy?
Hey, hold on. He's gonna be like the judge in he's gonna be like the judge in My Cousin Vinny. Very articulate, well spoken, overruled.
No, it's exactly right. I started watching clips. I'm like, all right, let me watch some of the stuff on CNN.
Clips?
No.
Only in New York. Only in New York.
We didn't watch it here in Texas.
We can't watch clips here, man.
Everything I saw on CNN was about the sexist, misogynistic stuff that he said about, you know, some of y'all will make money, but the majority of y'all will go on to be housewives. And it's like, that's what everybody reacted to.
Yeah.
See, the way y'all heard it is that women belong in the fucking kitchen. That's the way y'all heard it.
Well, that's the way they heard it.
That's the way they heard it.
The people that...
That's the way Porky heard it.
Well, yeah, they got certain people heard it a certain way.
So I was watching those CNN clips. I'm like, all right, let me go watch it. I'm going to start watching it. I got like 5 minutes into it. It just sounded like typical like Republican rhetoric, abortion bad, this jerk, just asshole in the Oval Office who can't do shit to run this country. Like it was...
Well, he can't.
Dude, there was so much to get offended about that speech in the first 4 minutes that had nothing to do with women.
Yeah.
It was like, why weren't people getting upset about what he said about the president or what he said about gays? But it's like all the focus that I saw, like online, social media, clips on YouTube, was all about like the sexist things that he said.
But did you hear? I don't know if y'all heard the whole speech. He also goes in on the men, and he basically tells the men that family life is important. Mm-hmm. So he's telling them basically like, hey, you got your career, you got what you're doing, but you know what? Your family life is important, and that. So he's talking to them too. I think he addressed everybody, but everybody took that clip, that short clip, and made it viral. And he's this bad guy. He needs to get kicked off the Kansas City Chiefs team, and you know all this stuff. So
he was well spoken too.
He was too.
Like everybody in the world is entitled to their opinion, and if There's people out there on social media. That's why every little thing in the world today, like, there's people out there just waiting to get pissed off about something.
But your woman is very religious. So imagine her pastor talking, that speech. Like, what will you? Yeah, it's not your problem. It's what she thinks of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's what Louis said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
why do we care?
That's the thing. I don't. Let him have his opinion. But there's people out there that are ready to get pissed off about anything.
Porky.
Well, I see it as this, like, look at it this way too, right? How we were talking about, and we keep bringing it up, right? We keep talking about white privilege. Like, I'll say it again. So how privileged is it for him to be able to, his wife can stay home and she don't have to do anything? And what about all these other people, your granddaughter, that had to work fucking hard to get to that, and then to hear that was my thing, is that, Sabrina, right? Did she not work hard to get where she's at right now?
Still working hard.
And she's working hard, right?
Yep.
So, and then you get to that point where it's like it's your day, like you're walking the stage,
But
you're
she's
there.
not Christian, man. She's like, why does it wouldn't bother her because she's not Christian? That speech is not intended for her.
I
man.
know, but that doesn't mean that
know?
it's right. That doesn't mean that it's right.
It-
Just
it-
because only one set of people heard it.
It's right to their values, though.
Right,
That's
well,
exactly
to
what
their
it is.
values, but that
values.
doesn't mean it's right to everybody else.
But
does it?
but how can we say that other groups, any group that he talked about, how can we say that their values are more important and diminish his values?
No.
Because
Well-
what they're trying to do is everybody else wants to have a platform and everybody wants to protest and say what they have to say about certain things, but you want to shut people down or shut people up when they have opinions that don't agree with yours.
In line with yours.
And it's like, how? And again, I'm not saying that it was the right speech. I'm not saying it was but it was his speech and his opinion, and it was directed at the people he wanted it to. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't watch to the end. I watched like 5 minutes of it. And stopped. I'm like, I get the gist. But they gave him a standing ovation.
Yeah, they gave him a standing ovation, man.
And on
because they're
TikTok-
Christians, man. They
exactly.
live by the
They're into
Bible,
that
dude.
stuff.
They live by the Bible.
I'm cool with women staying
You know,
at home.
we don't live by the Bible.
Dude,
Fuck.
let them stay home. Be
I'm
housewives.
sitting right now.
Less women I have to work with because
You know?
working with women
Shoot.
sucks.
So then there's a
I
million.
was just joking, by the way. That was joking.
No, he wasn't. He was not. I will not be cutting that out. He was not joking. So they get so a little Gilead is okay then. Is that what you're saying? You know what Gilead is, right?
No,
From The Handmaid's Tale. So basically, in The Handmaid's Tale is futuristic thing where basically all the guys are in control, right? They're in control of everything. Their wives don't have kids. There's other people that they call handmaids or whatever they're called. They have the kids for them.
I told you I was gonna kill that shit.
But do you understand what I'm saying? That there's some Gilead shit going on because it's like, I don't know.
I've never heard of that. That's
Watch it. Watch The Handmaid's Tale, and you'll understand. Well,
That got hot and heavy pretty quick.
oh. Everybody
Speaking
take a break. Everybody take a break.
Can I throw?
You have the mic, sir.
Speaking of Porky's governor,
Fuck Hot Wheels.
what do y'all think about that? What he did?
About what, the schools?
No, about he governed. How do you say it? The govern where he releases somebody.
Oh, he pardoned.
He
He
pardoned.
pardoned
There
that
you go.
dude.
Yes.
Oh shit! What was it again? You sent it to us.
Yeah.
He had what did he do? He killed somebody.
He killed. Yeah, I can't say it. Y'all say it.
Oh, was it the
Oh,
one that he
because
killed a
at the-
homosexual?
Yeah. No,
No,
it was a protester.
Yes.
Oh, so he pardoned the guy that killed the protester.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, he did. So
You didn't hear about that one?
when all the
I thought
BLM
he-
was going on
yeah, I sent
here in Texas, I don't know exactly about the incident, but basically he ended up shooting him. Right. He shot the
Yeah.
guy. So he was serving time, and then Governor
He didn't
Abbott
even serve
pardoned.
time.
He didn't?
No, he got pardoned. Like he didn't, because that thing happened in 2020
Yeah.
when the whole BML thing was going on.
Big Mac. No.
Yeah, when that was going on, that's
Yeah.
when it happened. You know, the guy had a AK and he pointed at, supposedly, allegedly he pointed at him. You know, and then self-defense.
He returned fire.
He returned fire.
So
Is that the one in
he pulled a
Yeah.
Rittenhouse.
Yeah,
in.
that was the one in Austin. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So he pulled a Rittenhouse. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
So but the guy, I mean, you could see it many different ways, right? The guy was a protester, but was he? How many times did we see the protesters, right? Air quotes. We're doing air quotes. The protesters, like the ones here in San Antonio that were going to River Center,
And just
they weren't even
fucking shit
protesters.
up,
they were
right?
just going to
Get out of work.
cause a riot.
They were the Edgars.
Yeah,
Edgars.
they were Edgars. They were going to cause a riot. So there was people in Austin. This guy is walking around with an AK, like,
Really? You need an AK at a fucking rally? But yeah, so yeah, he pardoned him.
Was the guy convicted? Had he already been convicted?
Yeah.
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 Wow.
That's why I don't want to do jury duty no more. I mean, why am I going to do jury duty if
All
you're
your
just
hard
going to
work for
fucking
nothing.
overturn it?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Convicted murderer Daniel Perry was released from a Texas prison Thursday after it was pardoned by Governor Greg Abbott.
Hot Wheels?
Yep.
But there's other stuff that he's doing. Like I said, he's blaming the school districts because they're saying that they got the COVID money that they got, you know, that was supposed to help the schools, were they weren't, that he's saying that they didn't manage it very well, and now they have to like fire all the. I mean, there's high schools that are like firing their whole janitorial staff. They're firing like hundreds of teachers. But the one thing that messes with you, because we know South San, we're talking about local shit, but you know about South San, how they're always in shit, right? They're always in there's some sort of deficit or whatever, and it's like, oh, there's gonna be like a $2 million shortfall, and we're like, oh shit, that's a lot of money. Like, damn, these school districts in Houston have like 35 to $40 million downfalls. So basically, they're losing $35 million. Where the fuck are they using $35 million? That's fucking crazy. And he came out. I'm not saying I agree with him. I'm just saying he came out and said, well, the school districts aren't, managing their funds real well. And blah, blah, blah. Well, fuck you, man. Hate that guy. What's next? Was that? Did we shoot our shot? Are we done?
Well, that was a good one.
So we got a quick shot?
Anybody have quick shots? I know Cranky does. I know Roger does.
Do it.
Roger's here, man. We gotta support our Roger being here. Like he's never here, so we gotta.
We gotta allow him to do a quick
Yeah.
shot.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Go ahead.
plan any quick shots.
You don't have any quick
I
shots?
wasn't thinking. I wasn't even thinking of.
Well,
it.
make one up.
It's been a crazy. It's been a whirlwind of the past few days.
I know. That's why I
Quick
said
shots.
the circumstances of you coming back home.
You know,
unfortunately.
what's crazy is that Roger always talks about we don't disagree about our stuff and we disagree for like 2 seconds.
Well, Porky didn't put up much of a fight.
That was my point. I just wanted. I was bringing the scenario to you.
So you were agreeing with Butker's comments?
I was
or-
not agreeing with
No,
him.
Yeah,
he
does
didn't agree at all.
No,
with
I
his
didn't agree with him at all.
And
that's,
I don't- and-
but that's why I wanted to bring it to him, having a granddaughter, to see his reaction.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I
it's
wanted
all
to bring
about
it
the
up.
people you're talking to.
Yeah.
The speech
audience.
was well received.
Yeah.
There's just so many people out there that are just ready to get upset for anything.
And so there was. I did see one video that somebody was like, "Hey, I applaud him for saying stuff that people want to say and don't come out and say, for the risk of being, having backlash."
Yeah.
So I did see one video like that, but for the most part, everybody was riled up and against him on what he
Yeah.
said. So, but you mentioned privilege, right? And on this week's privilege,
On this week's edition.
go to this local organization and dropping off paperwork. And this one lady walks in and she says, "Hey, I'm here for my appointment. I'm here to drop off paperwork, but I have an appointment." It's like, okay. My appointment's at 2:00. Okay. I gotta run to the bathroom, but can you just let them know that I don't want my appointment to be canceled? Yeah, no problem. Goes to the bathroom, comes back. It's 2:05. Says, "Hey, I'm here for my appointment." She goes, "Yeah, I've already let them know." "Yeah, but it was at 2. It's already 2:05. It's like, "Yeah, she'll be walking up shortly." "Well, then why did they schedule my appointment at 2? Don't tell me to be here at 2 if it's not gonna be at 2. They're not gonna be out here." And I'm thinking, how privileged, how entitled are you?
5 minutes?
How entitled? Not only that, you showed up at 2 and said, "I gotta go to the bathroom."
Exactly at 2.
Like, how entitled do you have to be to now start being demanding and saying, "Hey, you're not holding up your end of the bargain"? Like, come on, man. How? And maybe that's my quick shot right there, man. Look, you can't show up on time.
Yeah.
We've heard the drum line. If you're on time, you're late.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then you want to start demanding. Come on.
I never seen that movie.
A great movie.
Is it?
I think it was one of Nick Cannon's only
I never seen that
great
movie.
movies.
You're on time if you're 5 minutes early.
Oh.
If you're on time, you're late.
I never seen that movie.
That was Orlando Jones.
Orlando Jones.
Yeah, right.
man,
Orlando
dude,
Jones.
dude
His
got-
band director.
21-year-old Zoe Saldana.
Oh, Zoe. She still looks good at 40 something, dude. Jeez.
No, let's talk about the real stuff. Let's talk about Selma Hayek
Oh, and she's still the.
looking the way she does. Talk about Pornhub.
Yeah. No.
That was pretty accurate.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it sounds like macaroni and cheese.
Dude,
I mean, I heard that's how it sounds, like macaroni and cheese.
depends.
I don't know for sure. Well, I mean, I
Is it Kraft or is it like store bought?
Oh, Velveeta. Velveeta is the way to go.
Yeah.
Man.
The mac and cheese, the shells with the creamy pouch, the
Yeah, it's a store.
Yeah,
it's a store
she-
bought.
yeah, it was a creamy pouch, all right.
Oh, he had that.
There it is.
Oh, man.
Why- I
So,
mean,
Raj, you ain't got nothing's bothered you in the 3 days you've been here?
Oh, since I've been here, it's fucking hot, man. I got off the.
Yeah, he
I
came at the wrong
got on
time.
I mean, apparently it's the right time this time of year. It's not as bad as it's gonna be, but
Yeah.
it was like 62 when I got on the plane. That's the only thing that's bothering me. Oh, and then traffic on 90. Like,
Oh
what?
yeah, you were saying that has it always been that bad? Well,
was
there's
bad.
I mean, if there's obviously there's an accident, but morning rush.
It's
For sure.
Californians, man. The Californians are coming. They're freaking migrating over here. That's all it is, dude.
All
New
I keep
Yorkers.
seeing about California is how all the fast food restaurants are just going to shit. They're just
Oh,
they're
ever
just
since,
going to shit. Ever since they raised the minimum, wage to $20, it's like
In California.
Yeah. They raised the minimum wage to $20, and we talked about it. We were talking about it. They raised it to $20 like that day, whatever was the first of the month, whatever month it was, and that day people showed up to their jobs at a specific place, fucking closed. The whole thing was closed.
Oh, because
Yeah,
they
and
didn't want to pay their workers.
Right, exactly. And they didn't tell nobody. They didn't say, hey, because we talked about it. We're like, give them a month or something. Like, you know that change was coming, right, at the first of the month or whatever, and you did nothing to help them. You didn't say, oh well, in a month we're probably gonna close, so you might want to be looking for a job.
In a month, we expect to have to pay you guys more, so we're just gonna shut the whole thing down.
So,
gonna axe it.
hint, just start looking.
Right, exactly. Or even try and help them. Like they did nothing to help them at all. Like they just closed and said, "You're done. We're done," and we're not doing anything. So yeah, but so I guess I don't have a. I mean, I guess I do have a quick shot, but what it always has to do is fucking driving, or doing something, or fucking dogs in the fucking store, which I saw again in fucking Walmart the other day.
I saw it for the first time the other day. I saw a dog in the HEB.
What was your blind reaction?
It was a little dog though, so I couldn't.
But does it matter?
I mean, yeah, it does. I mean, you
Does
don't
it matter?
remember.
Really?
Remember back in the day when they had no pets allowed.
Yep.
Remember back in the day?
No.
Yeah, there were signs on
There
the
were
doors.
signs that said no pets allowed.
Pets
dude.
allowed. No shoes. No shirt. No
Snoopy
service.
even had a freaking a cartoon. No pets allowed. Remember that? Snoopy, man. Y'all don't remember that?
I don't remember that, but I do remember the signs.
Yeah, watch that. There was a Charlie Brown episode
Really?
where Snoopy no pets allowed. I guess Snoopy was a
Oh,
dog.
yes, I do remember.
Snoopy
Yes, I
was
do
a
remember.
dog.
The only one I remember of Snoopy when they went to France and that fucking chateau was on fire. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Nobody remembers that. Why am I only doing one?
Just the Christmas special.
I probably have to see it again.
No, they're like fire, the chateau's on fire. And then there's yelling.
They're cheering or
No,
Oh, because that's what it looks like you're doing.
were they fucking like Zeke Heiling? Like what?
If you would see Porky throwing his hands up, I'm like, are you cheering?
Fire, yeah, fire. But I saw it again in Walmart. Fucking dog. And it even got to me more because the stupid worker.
That's Walmart though, man. Walmart.
But it was funny because the worker goes, "Oh, that's such a cute dog." Bitch, ask them if they have papers. That's what, not that they're legal, but yeah, you know what I mean. But my quick shot.
you want to have dog papers, but you don't have people papers.
¿Tienes papeles?
Roger, you drinking out of a mug?
Yeah, a mug that he had to wash. Roger had to wash everything when he came in. He's like, Crank, you got a knife? Yeah, you got to wash it.
Dude is like so fucking like has to wash everything, dude. Like, okay, you're from New York. Okay.
So crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I come from a household with dishes and utensils and things to drink out of. And
He had
clean
one
knives.
He had one of it. Hey, it's a bachelor pad, bro. He had one knife, one cup, one cutting board, one plate.
That's it.
And it was
That's
all
all I have.
dirty,
That's
all in
I
the
have.
sink.
That's all that's here, man.
Hey, you got a glass? Yeah, you gotta wash it.
Yeah, that's right.
He said, didn't he have a Ginobili one? Why didn't he get the Ginobili one?
Right there.
The Ginobili one had crud in it. It had like spoons and stuff.
Well,
You
wash
put the
it.
spoons from the after you
Do you
wash
see
them.
that?
put them
You
in
see
there.
the Dawn soap there?
God damn, man. Just wash
This
it.
one was cleanish, so I was like, I'll use this.
I don't see a dishwasher,
So,
so go ahead.
No.
And it says joy on it.
Yeah, it's
Boy,
a
it,
Christmas
it
gift.
looked clean. But
joyful
we have no idea what was in that.
I don't know. It's got urine remover right there. Maybe, maybe it was urine.
Oh, it's too soon.
That's
you,
all.
you know about the dog, right?
No.
You didn't know about the
Oh
dog?
yeah.
Too
Oh
soon?
yeah, you didn't mean my dog.
Your dog passed?
Nobody else did. Nobody else did.
Nobody else did either. None of us met his dog. He only had him a couple weeks.
I remember the dog. I saw pictures.
Yeah. They were awesome.
That was awesome. That was an
They were
awesome
awesome.
2 weeks. What happened
It
to
was
your dog?
it was a good 2 weeks.
We're gonna pitch in to get Cranky another dog, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get him
But
to
maybe
the
not as
shelter.
big, so that way it doesn't inhale something.
Maybe a
that
little lap
it
dog,
shouldn't.
you know, they
Yeah.
can't bite anything.
One day he could take to the store.
Yes.
Oh, no, and he's gonna walk in. They're gonna, excuse me, sir.
Do you have
any-"
papers? I would love for them to ask Cranky that, man.
He's gonna rage.
He's gonna turn around and be like, "Do you?"
He's gonna, oh.
Yeah, that's not funny.
It's too soon still.
Yeah, it's still too soon, man.
What happened to the dog?
He died.
No, like-
motherfucker.
He ate something he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably ate it out of that cup that you're using.
Did you ever do your quick shot?
No, I'm trying. I'm trying to get to it.
yeah.
Everything keeps
My
coming
bad,
up.
My bad. My bad.
But it has to do with people that don't know how to cross the street. Because if you drive down Military, anywhere you drive down Military, you can see people crossing the street. Are they crossing the street at crosswalks? No. So basically, they hold up traffic, right? Because they could just want to walk across the fucking street. And even when they get off the bus, there's a sign right there at the bus stop that says "cross at the crosswalk." Basically, it says "use crosswalk."
Yeah.
So they can go. No. So they, and the bus stop's not exactly at the crosswalk. It's a little bit further up. But no, they can't walk 30 feet to the crosswalk. They cross right there at the bus stop. And hold up traffic, and then they wonder why everybody's honking at them and looking at them and throwing them the finger. I'm like, what?
Well, Cranky had brought that up one time too when he was talking about the way it is downtown, but I think it was a homeless person. But there's
a lot of those around here.
Well, we ran into that situation when I was in Vegas this past week. We're at a light and we're about to turn and we have the green light, right? So of course I guess they have the walking, right?
Yeah.
So we're waiting and there's quite a few people, probably about 8 or 9 people, but all of them cross except for this one guy who's just taking his sweet ass time to and I'm like, dude, are you just get out of the way? And he knows it too, and he's doing it on purpose.
They're doing it on purpose. Bastard.
But yeah.
What's Roger's delight today? What does Roger have? Pacifico. Sticking to your roots.
It's actually really good.
Yeah, you can't get the only
Really?
Mexican beer you can get up there is pretty much Corona. At least when you're out, you can go.
Do you
buy this at
consider that
stores.
a Mexican beer?
Yeah.
It's from White Plains, New Jersey. Isn't it?
Oh, dude, it's from Mexico.
No. I'm talking about Corona.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. It originated.
Isn't that what it says on? Don't y'all read the bottom of those commercials?
No, I hear and then just start drinking.
I guess it's different for me because I don't drink as much anymore.
I'm not trying to. I read enough all the other times. I'm not trying to read what's on my beer can or beer bottle.
So are we the like Roger's here? We should talk to Roger.
Yeah, let's talk to Roger.
Yeah.
Talk to
me,
Raj. So,
Crank,
Raj.
talk to me.
How's the weather, Raj?
Yeah.
Name drop. Let's talk about why he gave name drop Roger, right?
Yes, exactly.
How did you get the name drop Roger?
We give him that
Y'all
name.
created that somehow.
Yeah, we give him that name.
Because he kept. What was it? What did he do all the time? He kept mentioning names.
He's the only listener. Then that's why.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Louis lied.
So he would give feedback, and then we'd mention his name.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Name drop Raj.
That's how you became name drop.
Oh, I got a quick shot.
Oh, here we go.
Why are there people out there keeping George Lopez in business?
Ooh, that's
What
a good one, dude.
is that all
is
about?
a good one. Let's bash
Like
that
his
motherfucker.
whole act is just being Mexican, and that's all.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
bash
like
it.
it's like white people do it like this. Hey, dude, what the fuck? But Mexican people do it like, hey, que la chingada, way, and then everybody laughs, and that's his whole fucking act. How is this guy still in business? Like he doesn't make shit relatable. Like even Chris Rock, right?
I've never thought George Lopez was funny. Never.
He.
That guy's
I'm not
terrible.
supporting the guy, but he's come a long way. He's not that he's been relevant, but he's stuck.
His show was good. The show was good.
The first
He
one.
didn't. Yeah, the first one.
The
But he
first
didn't-
one.
Oh, not this one.
There was like 27
bad.
writers on
No?
that show.
The second one's not bad.
So they wrote
Yeah.
all this shit,
Yeah,
right?
they
They
wrote
wrote
all
yeah.
this shit, but his stand up is like, come on, bro.
Well, the
It's
thing
the same
is
thing all
that
the time.
It's the same act.
You know what? I want to say I feel that the reason he's still in business is because he there's people that relate to him, right? But two, I think there's people that want to see if he has new material. Because honestly, like Rod said, all his material is the same.
So they're
And
all-
it doesn't matter how he changes it; it's the same.
They're all like Cowboys fans, right? They're watching the same shit every year, expecting
wanna
different
see if it
results.
changes.
It'll be different this show.
I
This show's gonna be funny.
You finally get it. You finally get
I
it.
finally get it.
You finally get it,
Being
man.
close with all those
Yeah.
Buffalo fans, man, it's easy to kind of get into a different.
So
team.
now you know when you text us about Dak, we don't
Yeah,
care.
So
I learned
Idiot.
this new term. I don't know if this is gonna be. It's not really a racist thing. Maybe it is. I don't know. But
we're gonna find out.
Black people amongst themselves, when they refer to other black people who like act black for the sake of acting black, they call it cooning.
That is so
no, but I mean,
racist.
it's something they say. It's like, he's just cooning. Apparently, like they've been talking.
I haven't heard that word in a coon's age.
So George Lopez is like the equivalent to
That's
that.
from Wild Wild West.
But I don't know what the Mexican word would be. But
Well, he's
Wait, he's waiting.
He's Wade. Hey, Wade.
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 George Lopez just needs to go away already, dude.
Well, that was going to be my question. So, are they saying that they're keeping him in a sense keeping him relevant because he's the only funny Mexican,
But
quote
he's
unquote,
not.
quote
He's
unquote.
not.
But that's what I'm saying. Are they saying that there's no other Hispanic, Latino heritage person out there that can not necessarily represent Latinos?
We got
but-
Fluffy.
Yeah.
But even people, but I
Fluffy?
feel people don't like him either. And I'm one of them.
I haven't seen that.
I think he's more funny than George Lopez.
Yeah, I went to his here
Well, his
the
is
year of COVID.
different though.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? It's not
Yeah.
the same. He comes up with new shit.
Yeah, and honestly, he talks about stuff that's happened here, recently, like personal to him. So he talks about that, and he talks about his son a lot. He talks about his wife. He talks about the different things. So he does change his material.
Yeah.
I think the act is still the same because he does a lot of different voices.
The voices, yeah.
right? And because he's a voice actor as well.
Yes, he is.
He's a voice actor as well. So
Yeah.
he does that, and that's part of his act. That's part of his niche. Now, I will tell you, there is another one, which is the one that he crapped all over, Rob Barbosa.
Rob Osa.
And that dude, every single thing that I've seen on him, when I ever watch his videos, it's always different.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the same material. He doesn't talk about the same things, and his delivery is so dry that it's funny. Because George Lopez is so animated,
Yeah.
right? And he tries to go, I think, a little bit too over the top
Yeah.
to try to get people to laugh. And this guy just kind of delivers a punchline and stands there and looks at you,
Because-
and everybody laughs.
Because he's not. I mean, obviously he's Hispanic or Latino, but he's just telling jokes, not necessarily Hispanic jokes.
Yeah.
And that's what George Lopez's thing is. It's always like
it's
the way
always
Roger
about being
said.
Mexican.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference is that his thing is always like, hey, wait, blah blah blah. But
That's why-
Barbosa, at least he's got.
That's why
Material.
Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock, those dudes, yeah, they're pretty black, but like they're a
You
lot
think?
of their humor is about like being black and what it's like to be a black person, but they also talk about like everyday life that everybody
Right.
can relate to, and they make like everyday life situations that everybody goes through, relationships, whatever it may be. They make it funny. But
So-
when I watch George Lopez, it's like his whole thing is just about being Mexican, and like all the biggest laughs come when he like does all like the Mexican colloquialism sayings like "que la chingada" shit like that. Like, I don't think that's funny.
Yeah, and that's true for other, like Kevin Hart. It's not always about black. It's his everyday experiences is just with his family or everything, and that's what makes it so funny. Is that it's like that shit when he's talking about his uncle.
Yeah.
Like when he's
Or
like,
his
"Hey,
dad.
get in the car, right? That's so that makes a lot of sense.
Like, I don't think Kevin Hart's funny.
Really?
He has his
I
moments.
don't. I think Kevin Hart's a good supporting actor,
Are you a rock fan?
but not a comedian. Not a comedian.
He's no Jezelnik.
Yeah. Jeselnik's a fucking
Dude,
well,
is-
because that dude, because he's
That guy.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
That
guy's
dude,
dark.
yeah,
That
he's
guy's
very
dark.
dark. That guy don't give a fuck about nobody. He's gonna make.
And his delivery's pretty dry too, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Very
he
dry,
don't fuck.
and it's just
he takes you one way, and then like
boom.
the punchline is over here.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty fuck. So off the top of your head, then who would your top five? Let's start with Roger.
Oh, comedians. So I'm not the biggest.
Right off the top of
comedian
your
guy,
head.
dude. You know who?
Or name one who you think. Well,
do you know who?
Jeselnik's funny.
It's a chick comic, Eliza Schlesinger.
She's good.
She's
She is.
hilarious,
She's
dude.
funny.
I think
Yeah,
she's
she is funny.
Jeselnik's funny. Chappelle.
Oh god, yeah.
Old school Chris Rock.
Old school?
Old school.
Not
Chris
new
Rock.
school.
Yeah. Not
I mean, his
Not the
latest comedy
not the
special
old
was
new,
funny.
but the new new.
new.
Yeah. And of course, Eddie Murphy was classic.
In mine, my Bill Cosby was actually one of the funniest. Yeah, considering everything he's done.
Rest in peace,
Unfortunately.
Bill Cosby. Is he dead?
No, he's not.
No, he's not dead. Is he?
His
He's,
career
he's
is.
he's in jail.
No, he's done. He got out.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I thought he was in jail.
His career's dead, but he's not.
No, he's always been Eddie Murphy's been really good always, but of course Chappelle for me is number one right now. He's always number one. I think Kevin Hart is actually kind of funny. I agree. I put him at number 2 or 3.
No, I think Kevin Hart's.
So Louis, what do you got?
But he
You
tries
got-
to stay relevant though.
Well, he's got a bunch of shit. He's fucking making money on
Dude,
everything.
he's
else.
a businessman, bro.
Yeah.
Like I think the biggest thing about him is he markets himself very well, right? And so that's why he's in everything. That's why now he's the basically the new host for the roast.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, you mean that fucking roast that had what's his face on it?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Little bitch. What do you get roasted for? And then you get pissed off because they're talking about you. Oh well, my kids
No,
saw
so
that.
the story is that he got pissed off only because of Robert Kraft.
he didn't like that.
Because
He-
Robert Kraft wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to be there.
Did he surprise him or something?
He showed up, you know, and that's why he got pissed. That's why he said
yeah,
something
but
like,
it's a roast.
But he didn't know. But
like
he
you guys
didn't-
are talking about, a Christian guy talking to a Christian group of people. Those people went to go see a fucking roast, and they didn't care who was getting made fun of.
And honestly, nobody's off limits. I
a
mean,
fucking roast.
apparently Kim Kardashian got pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
Of
Fuck
course, Giselle got pissed off.
Fuck.
Like everybody was. But the thing is,
Aaron Hernandez got pissed off.
but his fiance did.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because they're making those hanging jokes.
Yeah, dude, that was.
my
Oh
God.
man.
Even Aaron Hernandez has a ring.
That
She
chick
was funny.
Yeah,
was
she-
funny,
that dude was
dude.
funny, bro.
Killed it.
She
Well, and even
took-
that dude, the one that has the porn stash, that dude had some good lines too, man.
You know what? I didn't
He
see
killed
that.
it.
Are you talking about Edelman?
No. The comedian, the one that has like, it looks like he didn't do the fade. He just.
What's his Mexican?
yes.
right?
Yes.
Uh,
yes.
Oh,
Schultz.
rough.
Yes.
Schultz. Anthony Schultz. What's his name?
Really?
Yeah.
Schultz.
I have to look up that guy. I guess I'm.
Andrew Schultz. I think his
Yes.
name is Andrew Schultz.
Yeah. I think it's Andrew
Interesting.
Schultz.
What was that girl's name? The blonde one?
Nikki Glazer.
Nikki,
Glazer,
her set was
Yeah.
Andrew
was
Schultz.
pretty
Hilarious.
fucking
Andrew
funny.
Schultz.
dude.
Hilarious.
I've never heard of that dude.
No,
Yeah.
No,
he's
was-
funny.
That dude right there.
He has a podcast.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he has a podcast
He's
too.
he's Hispanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she the one he called, the one Nikki Glazer called a carny-faced bitch? Carny-faced bitch.
Well, he
He had some good ones too.
he was okay. Well, I mean, he's kind of like, in a sense, like Jezelnik. Like he kind of doesn't care.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
He has some,
he's been out in overseas somewhere where there's a bunch of Asian people, and he's just fucking like, oh, we can't tell you apart and shit like that. Like,
yeah.
what?
When he said
Like,
we're gonna have to do
whoa.
shirts and skins.
Yeah.
if we go to war and we're allies with them and we're going against you, we're gonna have to do shirts and skins because I can't tell y'all apart. Yeah. Yeah, dude, he's pretty
I
funny.
know
You
who
know,
you're talking about now.
Steve Trevino.
Is
He
he
just
from
came.
here?
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
at
he
the
just
Tobin.
came.
He was
Yeah.
at the Tobin.
But
Yeah,
he
did it.
But he's from here or from?
No,
Corpus?
he's from the Valley.
Okay.
So,
I know him.
and he did his Netflix special
Yeah.
here at the Tobin.
At the Tobin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and he's pretty funny too, man. He's
listen to
but
him.
he has that voice. So, I don't know when you see TikTok when a lot of people do like remakes, right?
Yeah.
Like they're doing voiceovers.
Right.
They use a lot of his stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, because he talks about his wife a lot.
Yeah, he does.
So,
He does.
he's pretty funny too, man. He's got some good material.
He started off slow.
Yeah.
Like, he started off small.
Yeah.
And he's kind of because he was there talking with Lopez and
Yeah.
what's that other dude's name? Felipe.
oh yeah, the one with the curly.
The one with the real curly hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on a talk show, a podcast with
Yeah.
with all of them.
What was his name?
Felipe Lopez? No. Felipe San Jose? Felipe
And he,
My-
I seen his too, man. Esparza.
Felipe Esparza, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
dude.
but you know what? The last time he came here to San Antonio,
it bombed.
a lot of people told me that they didn't like his set. They said they didn't like it. He said he was
Well-
just real all over the place. And
Well, he does seem like he's on drugs. I mean, if you ever see his stuff, he is all over the place. He never sticks to one thing.
Well,
He jumps over everywhere.
Considering where he came from, because he was on that show, right? Last Comic Standing or something like that. So, I mean, starting pretty humbly, and now he's coming up the ranks. But I have something to say about our old buddy. Well, actually, not just him. Matt Rife, right? But him, not necessarily him. Because now on the TikToks that I do see,
And you're not drinking.
I know, it's water. The TikToks that I see, the comedians on stage, nobody has a set anymore.
Yeah.
It's about finding 3 or 4 people out in the crowd and then just fucking asking them questions and then just bash them.
Yeah.
That's
actually his biggest thing.
And it's not him. You can see tons of videos.
But no, but when
They're
I'm
all
talking
the
about
same now.
when I'm talking about like him, I don't think his material is funny.
Right, he doesn't have. Well, we talked about that before.
It's just whenever he does engage with the crowd, that's the funny part because, like you said, all he's doing is bashing people
he's
now.
just bashing them.
He's not. His set though isn't the greatest.
And that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing now. That's all that pops up is you see a comedian. They're asking people questions. Hey, was that your girlfriend? And then it's like, boom, let me find something to make fun of them about. And it's like, that's not... The older comedians like your buddy, what's his name? Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh.
Yeah, well, apparently people are walking out of his sets.
He sucks.
He did a show somewhere.
The A.B. Quintanilla of comedy.
Oh, exactly, dude. I was like that blasphemy. I went to the football game yesterday. It was a good game, but we're there and everybody's having a good time. By the third quarter, like everybody's fucking drunk, dude. Everybody's fucking, we're all having a good. I mean, I wasn't drinking, but
And
anyway.
they played Cumbia Kings.
They fucking played Cumbia Kings.
Wow.
I'm like, are you kidding me? This is blasphemy. They started, and then some people were dancing. I'm like, what are you dancing? Man, I'm telling y'all, if y'all haven't gone to see that, y'all need to go check out a game, dude. It's pretty interesting.
Well, they got to win out, right? To have.
Well, no, they're already playing for the conference championship.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah, doesn't matter what they do from here on out. They're still playing because of their record.
Back to George Lopez, though. If anybody out there is listening who's a big George Lopez fan and I offended you, good.
We're gonna have to have Raj call in every time we record. We're gonna need
his other show isn't bad.
the one with his daughter.
Yeah.
Oh,
He doesn't write. You got writers that do all that shit.
well, that's why they get paid a lot of money.
But he's just basically a drunk on that show.
Typical Mexican.
I can relate.
Exactly what I said.
Oh man.
All right, man. Well, anything else you guys want to go over before we kind of end it? I wanted to bring, unfortunately, the circumstances that Rogers happens to be here. We know Rogers living in not Syracuse. What's the name?
Syracuse.
You're living in Syracuse?
Yeah.
So he's living in Syracuse, New York, and fortunately,
Fortunately or unfortunately?
unfortunately,
Unfortunately.
I said unfortunately.
Unfortunately, the reason he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
the reason he's here is we had a high school classmate whose father unfortunately passed away, and that brought Roger in. And what was his name? Joe? No.
Yeah.
Joe Sanchez.
Yeah.
So Joe Sanchez, and we're all from the same high school, right? We're all Bobcats till we die. all
Bobcat
that
pride,
stuff.
yep.
Yeah. So this actually individual, he 2-time state champion in baseball. Did he have it? Did he have any other? Did he play any other sports?
As far as I know, he was just a baseball player.
So 2-time, and I think he was actually there like in the 70s or
60s.
60s. 2-time state champion, and his son is Rick, and he graduated with us. And unfortunately, he did pass away. So we kind of wanted to, extend our condolences to the Sanchez family as well as the rest of the family.
I'm never. Now that Rick's gone, Rick's dad's gone, and my dad's gone. I wonder what Dad's gonna ask him in the Heavenly Father's like, why did you pitch fucking Mark that day when we won state? Like, you pitched Rick, man. Rick
Exactly.
was fucking.
He was the pitcher, dude. He was
Rick
the one that
was-
you didn't want to face.
Yeah, you don't want to fish Rick, man.
So,
But he-
backstory. What are we talking about?
Well,
We were CYO.
see. Well,
All right, tell a story.
we won state.
We won state.
We won city. Oh, city.
Well, one city, yeah. We won city. Went to
Oh, well, you got to win city first. You
Yeah.
got to go to state.
So we played them for city,
Two for city.
and we ended
And
up
we
beating them.
played St. Joseph's.
Yeah.
And Rick's dad was a coach, and my dad was a coach, of course.
Right.
But Rick's dad pitched. He pitched Mark. You don't pitch. You pitch Rick.
Yeah,
Who's Mark?
he
Mark?
he would have been the one to close the game, and
He
he
pitched
didn't.
Rick,
Yeah.
and he didn't.
They're talking about this like we know what the. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. Why did he pitch Rick?
I thought you played with them. You didn't play with
No,
them.
I know
No,
they
not
played.
CYO.
They played together. No.
He might have been trying to avoid the favoritism thing, maybe. I don't know.
No,
But for the city championship,
for the city championship, you pitched Rick.
you pitch your best pitcher, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I do have to say, Rick. I was able to. I caught Rick, and
Rick bring it.
Rick was
He bring it.
not as much as Cyclops, because when Cyclops
Cy-
would throw
yeah.
the ball, his fucking ball was like
Oh,
heavy.
yes.
And when Rick would throw the ball, it was not as hard, but it was just a.
The same.
I was surprised.
It was same.
Rick's stature, the way that he brought that ball,
Yeah.
dude. Rick
He
could
had
fucking hum it,
he had some
dude.
torque, like he had the body mechanics to get the right torque.
I don't know why he wasn't given more of a chance. He was a good.
You know
He
why.
You know.
well, we know.
You know why?
He had a
You know.
he had a
Yeah, you know.
The first time I ever saw a curveball was him pitching it to me. I didn't play a lot of baseball, so the first time I ever saw a curveball was him throwing it to me,
Yeah.
Rick. And like I got out of the way because I thought it was gonna hit me.
Of
and
course.
It was,
But you didn't. Okay, you didn't play baseball.
yeah.
But you're not a Christian either, right?
No.
Okay. So.
Where are we going with this?
Yeah, exactly.
So that curveball was not meant for you.
Exactly. Exactly.
That one went way over my head. I don't.
No. Go back to what we were talking
See,
about at the beginning.
This is what comedians do, right? They talk about something in the beginning of their set,
Yeah.
and then when they're gonna end it,
You
bring it back.
They reel it back
You
in.
reel it back, and it comes back around, and that's exactly what Cranky just did. He just
Well,
I missed it.
I got a joke, another dad joke that the kids gave me.
Oh, God.
It says we're talking about baseball. Why do pancakes always win baseball games?
Pancakes?
Yeah,
why?
because they have the best batter.
Good one. That's a good one. I gotta remember that one.
There it is. Wait, I got some laughter. All right, hold on. I got some. There you go, some applause. Yeah.
But you know what I'm trying to say, though, man.
No,
You're not a baseball player.
No,
He's not getting it.
Exactly. You don't
He
get
didn't
it.
get it. He didn't get the way you tried to reel it in.
That's why you're not a baseball player, so you can't. You know.
So you can't relate to Christians.
Exactly.
That's what he's saying. Do you get
That
it now?
makes sense.
Do you
Yeah.
get it now?
Yeah.
That does make sense.
So the speech was only for Christians, and that curveball was not for you because you weren't a
Exactly.
baseball player, apparently.
If you don't play baseball, why does it matter if I throw you a curve?
Why are you getting upset?
Because
I was just saying the first time I ever saw a curveball was when
I'm
Rick
just
threw it
saying,
to
though,
me.
man,
I'd
like-
never seen a curveball before. I got out of the way because I thought it was gonna hit me, and then he threw a strike. And I
I'm
was
just
like,
saying,
okay,
like,
that's a curveball.
if you never played baseball before, why you upset being a, you know, why does it matter if you never played baseball before?
I'm just saying it was a good curveball.
It was
all
right. So this is a good
Did he not
curveball.
have a good curveball?
So his speech is a good curveball. That's what we're trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
And it wasn't meant for those people
wasn't-
that don't
It
play.
wasn't meant
meant
for people that
for-
that sees curveballs.
It wasn't meant for a left-handed batter. It was
Exactly.
meant for a right-handed batter. because
I'm the dumb one.
Rick
I'm
was
the-
a right.
Yes.
Okay, I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
Well, you know he's gonna say that. You know he's not gonna disagree. Oh, crankshaft.
Tell everybody what name comes up on your phone when I call you.
I can't say that.
Big Dick McGee.
Yeah, That's just between us.
Yeah.
Oh,
He doesn't want to let that out.
Oh, you tell us after we stop recording it.
It's
I
just,
kind of have an idea, so
It's Kansas City.
yeah, I knew it. I already knew that's where it was going. I knew that was it. I knew it.
it is a very modern day socially unacceptable term to call.
People have gotten fired
Someone
over
else.
saying that
Yes.
particular thing, especially on air. Yeah, you don't want to say that on air. 'Cause we'll really get canceled if that ever got out.
Man.
Yeah, we don't want that flying out there.
So here's my beef. Here's my quick shot.
He's got a beef.
We're uncanceled culture,
Uh-huh.
but you want to cancel this Harrison Buckner dude for what he said. We're
Well-
not. That's not us.
If the NFL is not going to cancel him, then nobody's going to cancel him.
No, they're not gonna cancel
But no,
him.
that's not us. We don't cancel people, man.
What do we do?
We don't cancel people.
We just let them speak.
Oh,
We grew up to not cancel people, man.
you're right.
And you don't say socially unacceptable terms. Except I did say cooning earlier.
You did say
Well,
that.
I'll probably get some feedback on that one.
I don't know. I mean, I was using
I mean,
that
I'm
word
sure
in
I will.
reference to what they say to each other. It's a term to describe the act.
Yeah.
It probably is racist.
I mean, this also is a term to describe the act, but
Let's just say that you could only say that in a Mel Brooks movie back in the 70s.
Oh.
Because you wouldn't be able to say that right now.
Nope.
Because, yeah, you definitely don't want to say that. So, Raj, it's good having you here, man. Any closing shots? Anything?
No, I shot all my shots.
I'm sure you did.
Apparently, Louis is gonna get feedback on some of them.
he
so.
spent.
Oh, yeah. That towel, that sock is nice and crusty.
Nice and crusty and yellow.
Louis? No?
Nope.
Cranky?
We don't cancel people.
We don't. I'll make a note of that.
We don't cancel people.
But we can still disagree.
But you're
Roger-
trying to cancel somebody for something that it's not your problem.
Whose problem is it?
Exactly. Whose problem is it?
It's
not ours.
Yeah, it's the problem of the people who, like me, who didn't agree with his statement.
But is it a problem though?
Is it a problem?
Is it a problem to some people?
Yeah,
But
that's
But to you,
let's
though.
but you're not,
let's
but that's
if-
what
if it
that,
doesn't
that's what
affect
we
my
do.
life
We're
in
not
any
we're
kind
not
of way,
cancel.
it
We're
affects me,
uncancel
no.
culture, man. And you're canceling that guy for what he said. Like, who cares what he said?
Cranky's yelling at me.
I mean, I think like Krankys saying, it shouldn't bother you, but if it bothered you, then that's your opinion. And the thing is that if it wasn't meant for you,
So are you saying that's why he's not going to get canceled?
well, that's
He
why he
shouldn't
shouldn't
get canceled.
Yeah, that's why he shouldn't.
Only time will tell.
He'll still kick the winning field goal next Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Well, you know what? Okay, so, and I see your point. I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, there's, that never came in. But to take it a step further, a lot of people are saying, well, that's why the people don't like the Kansas City Chiefs now, because they're all turning into a bunch of, the way people hated the Patriots. How they hated Tom Brady. Well, everybody hates Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Some people might hate Kelsey. Probably not even just because he's dating what's her face.
Yeah.
And everybody's tired of that shit.
It's windy when you're on top.
That's what she said.
Nah.
When you pray for rain, you gotta be prepared for the mud.
Yeah. Well. All right, man. Well, this was fun.
Thanks for having me, guys. I love it.
You gotta do this again. Next time, call in.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Next time, call in. We'll know it's you.
Especially when we hear the ringtone.
I'm gonna have to hear this ring.
I don't know.
It's
I don't
too-
think he has one yet, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna find one.
It's Two Live Crew, Me So Horny is what it is.
I was gonna say that sounds like a banjo. Where are you going?
All right, man. Well, Raj, nice being here. Louis, Frankie. All right, man. See you guys later.
Hey.